What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another edition of Pass the Rock podcast. That's how you do it, by the way. You don't steal my job. This is my job.
My fault,
you
bro.
don't take my job from me.
Oh,
Don't piss me off, man. Anyways, bro, how you doing? Happy New Year, man. I know
Happy-
it's a little late. It's January still. We're a little past. It's the first episode of the year. We got to
about
say
2
Happy
weeks-
New Year,
yeah,
you know?
2 weeks into the new
Happy
year.
New Year, man.
Happy New Year.
How was your day, man?
Hey, man, I'm blessed. You know?
You wanna know how my day was?
Nah, I don't really care.
I'm gonna tell you anyways. I'm not gonna lie to you. Before getting here, man, I had the crazy 2 hours. I almost missed my haircut. I almost ran out of gas. What else happened? My phone died. So I was late to my haircut. As my phone's dying, as I'm looking up the GPS to go to the barber. So I had to memorize the streets, which, smart guy over here. So I figured it out.
Not very smart, but continue.
Hey, I didn't ask you anything, buddy.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
But yeah, man. Besides that, though, I'm blessed. Good day, fresh cut. Good day to be past the rug, right? Bring it in. All right. Hey, man, we'll cut right to the chase. Enough bickering because we do have our icebreaker. Today, I'm going to take over the icebreakers. I don't even know. We had a conversation.
You can steal my
We
job.
had the conversation.
Go ahead, bro.
We had the conversation.
Go ahead, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
All right. You ready for this one?
Go ahead.
All right, so this icebreaker, right? So you come in contact with a wizard who has a truth serum, right?
Okay.
And with this truth serum, he offers you a deal, right?
All right.
This wizard or scientist says every hour that you stay on this truth serum, you get $50,000. But here's the catch. When you're on this, people get to ask you questions. And it's on a live broadcast. So people, you know how Kai be doing the subathon? Or this is live CNN News when they're following. You
So
are
live
live
broadcasted.
until you decide to exit or opt out of this. And anybody in the world gets to ask you any question. And it's not even up to you to answer the question the way you want to, because the truth serum is going to make you answer it honestly. So if someone comes up to you and say, hey, you've been lying about stealing my peach cobbler 2 years ago. Did you steal it? Just random. Did you steal it? And you've been saying, no, you didn't steal it. And if you did steal it, you're going to say yes without even thinking. So my question to you is, how many hours would you do this for? Or days? Or years? How long do you think you can last before you cash out and dip? Keep in mind, you can ruin a lot of relationships doing this.
Short answer, until God calls me up. And let me explain why, right? So listen. So I stole your peach cobbler 2 years ago, right? Here's $50K, man.
All right, let's make this.
I could literally use the money that I'm getting to solve my problem. So 24 hours in a day, 50 grand.
I can do the math for you.
That's
You good at math, though, aren't you?
Yeah, that's about 100. No.
That's what, 100? What you talking about? Never mind,
That's
guys. He's
about
not going to.
1.2 mil.
He might be right. 50 times 24. Yep.
Yeah, 1.2 mil a day, 365. Dude, I'll do that for the rest of my life, and I'll literally solve
For the rest of your life.
Dude,
Keep in mind, bro, you're not thinking clearly. There is so much that could go wrong. Do you imagine if every time someone asked you something, you told them the truth?
All right. Okay. So I'm 23 years old right now. I probably realistically, if not for the rest of my life, it's not a choice. I realistically do it until I'm 27. Because by that time, I would have made a little over just about $2 billion for doing it in a year. So not only will I have
This guy's
generational
crazy,
wealth.
bro. Do you not understand the amount of questions that you could get asked?
Hey, man.
You could ruin everything. Like,
I could also
you
pay
could ruin
people
your
off.
life.
Hey, that's very true.
And money doesn't solve every problem, buddy.
Hey, man. Solves a lot of problems. I don't know who told you that. But
So
that's a
think
lot.
about your deepest, darkest secret. Some
Okay.
things that you said, I'm going to the grave with this one. Do you think you can pay that off?
Yeah. I got $2 billion to work with. I'm pretty sure I can pay that off.
We have a horrible person in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
But like I'm making sense though. Like if you live,
I'm not mad at it, buddy. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it.
Think about it, like, bro. If you do that for what 3 years, you made $2 billion off of telling the truth. And I already kind of live my life somewhat like telling basically the truth. So if I'm just telling the truth, okay, $2 billion.
I'm not gonna lie.
A couple of hurt feelings, you know. It is what
R.I.P. O.J. Simpson, but he would have needed to take that. He don't need to take that because they said, "Did you or did you not kill her?" Take him to jail. Yeah. Or imagine like someone who drinks a lot get pulled over because you're still living your life, but you're getting.
So if you can.
Hey, have you been drinking tonight, buddy?
So if you
yes, sir.
Crimes,
put your hands behind your back.
If you commit crime, like so, basically, I just couldn't.
You can't lie your way out of nothing.
Illegal for like.
You can't do anything.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. Like you can't do anything.
Yeah. You just couldn't do anything bad.
Like
actually bad. You just have to live a clean life for 3 years.
Bro, that's actually funny. But I mean, that angle is different. I didn't think about it, but I feel like that's a loophole I don't want you to have. But I'm gonna let you have it today.
All right.
Next time I'm gonna have something more tough for you. We see the kind of thinking that you have. Yeah, we like that over here. But
outside of the box.
Shut up. Get out of this place. Hey,
all right, man.
Glad O.J. Simpson. All right, that's enough. I'm done. Sorry.
What's next?
Speaking of, have you been drinking tonight, buddy? Kyron Lacey arrested.
Oh boy.
Drinking and driving. He also hit and run, driving under the influence, and he killed a veteran.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the dog, or is it just the veteran?
I don't remember if the dog was involved, but ladies and gentlemen,
yeah,
there is a picture of the veteran with a dog that was posted on the internet and on the news. Lock his ass up. He's done. He's done. Buddy.
Yeah.
You know, do you understand this is the United States of America? All they need to see is a veteran, white dog. Done.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing that's going past that.
What's crazy, he just got his degree this past December, and, you know, he was probably going to be a pretty high hopeful for the draft, but if there was a definition of cooked, just type in his name. Just type in Lacey, bro, because the pictures don't help his situation. Him fleeing the scene doesn't help.
He fled the scene. He didn't been like, bro, it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. He's going underneath the jail cell. He's out right now. He posted a bond for $151,000. Mm-hmm. Shout out NIL, right?
See,
wrong.
And that's the problem. That's what a lot of people were talking to me about this past week was it wasn't. Did you see the thing about the Oregon player too? About how one of the Oregon wide receivers killed somebody?
Jesus,
like there's like people are now trying to say like maybe NIL is like not such a good idea because now they have young men thinking that they're invincible at 19, 20, and 21. Granted, you know, you probably would feel that way if, you know, you're playing D1 football, you're making $1 million a year, you know, taking care of your family, all that. But, man, I think this is just like a bad example of NIL going wrong.
And it's like at the end of the day, I'm not gonna blame NIL because what are you gonna say? He was only a few months from getting drafted, so he could have done this in the NFL. Now you can't blame the NFL. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's gonna be nuts?
What?
Is when he gets in the courtroom. I already know it, but I can visualize it. The lawyer, the plaintiff, he's a defendant. He's a plaintiff.
Defendant.
So the plaintiff will be going after him. Right?
Yeah, the persecutor.
The whatever. Yeah. Whatever. I already know they're just gonna do a whole highlight tape of him in the end zone just doing this.
Bro, that's why, bro. I know we be joking around, but y'all gotta stop.
And he's
don't take it for.
He's the one that made it a whole exactly. So like, once they get into this, they're gonna say, yeah, he's a violent young man. Is this like he already? And even when NCAA said, hey, y'all need to cut it out, he still continued doing it. Like
he made it his. But it's just okay. This is just like a cry out to like young athletes. Stop ruining your lives, please, bro. Like, stop. Like nobody should be drinking and driving. And obviously, you doing that to that extent, you were probably so cooked and speeding. And it's just like, bro, like, please, bro. People got to stop doing that because it's like, that's 1, 2. It's like, dude, do you know how many young athletes have ruined? Henry Ruggs wasn't good enough.
See, that's a sad story because Henry Ruggs is actually a good person. Like, he's actually.
I mean, I bet Kyle
really
Lacey's
good
not a
person.
terrible person either, but it's just like, bro, you got to stop making these mistakes. Like, bro, come on. Like, of all people, you have the money to Uber Black anywhere you can Uber Black from here to Thailand if you want.
On top of that, I think it just doesn't. It sucks because, like, as young people, they encourage us to make these mistakes. They encourage us to do, but these mistakes that you're making, that the Henry Ruggs of the world and the Karen Laces and all this are making, like, those are mistakes that you can't come back from. When you kill people, when you driving drunk, when it's things that, like, it's not because of where you grew up. It's not because of this like the drugs or anything. Like, when it's just you making a dumb decision and, like, that dumb decision cost somebody's life, this isn't a mistake that people slap you on the wrist for.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Great, talented guy. He's probably a good kid, good person. Hence why he was a star at LSU. But it's done, bro. It's done. It's done. This is actually worse than Henry Ruggs. It's done. Like, Henry Ruggs probably won't get out of jail.
He gets out in 2 years, actually.
He does?
Yeah. Henry Ruggs will be 27 years old when he gets out.
We'll see. I mean, it happened with what's his name?
Mike Vick?
No, not Mike Vick. No, there was another NFL football player who had a similar situation, like hit and run or driving under influence and killed somebody. And he ended up playing the NFL afterwards. I don't know. I don't know if Henry Ruggs can pull that off because.
No, that speed.
And this is also like modern age. Like, people can look stuff up. Like, so I mean, and kind of Lacey. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're gonna get, but I hope other athletes who are seeing these things, like young athletes in high school, middle school, college, in the NFL, everyday people are seeing this and just learning from it because it's not worth it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that was probably a decision, a split-second decision that he made, something that was going to take him 20 minutes to get him 20 minutes that he could have been in an Uber or something. Cost somebody's life. 73-year-old man, or 73 or 78, elderly man, like, who was probably just, minding his business. Man. Prayers up to the family, prayers up to the man's soul. May he rest in peace. But it's sad, man. I hope people are learning from this. But next topic, moving on, staying on still around the college football. First of all, I would like to carefully and proudly say, I told you so. I told you so. Ohio State was not going to lose to Oregon again. Wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
I told you so.
That's fair.
I told you. What did I say? I said Ohio State is going to make the national championship. Did I call this matchup?
You actually did.
I called this matchup, didn't I? I called this matchup, ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't go 100% from the
No,
field,
I didn't go 100. I didn't go 100%.
I think you ended up going like 9-2.
Yeah.
9-2
I called
in the
this
playoffs.
matchup. I said because of the path that Notre Dame had, and because that defense is too solid, and shout out to the quarterback, man. That guy has heart. Like, he might not play the sharpest of games or anything like that, but that guy, he's like a quarterback that you want to have on your team when it comes to toughness. Like, you know how, like, it's kind of like Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy has that, like, he has that factor, like that it factor that when it comes down to it, he's ready to put his body on the line. He's ready to do what most people wouldn't do. He has that. And I feel like that's what the new Notre Dame quarterback had, and we saw it in that matchup against Georgia. Riley Leonard has showed us that he's ready to fight. And as an opponent, that's something that would really scare me. I don't want to underlook that. I don't want to undermine a guy like that. But like I said, called it. I didn't think we were gonna kick Oregon's ass like that.
Oh man,
I didn't know it was gonna be a shellacking.
That was really bad.
But it was a shellacking. And then Texas. What did I always say about Texas? Great team. I think Texas and Ohio State are two of the most, in all the teams that make college football playoffs, I think they're two of the most talented all-around teams. What does it come down to? Discipline. I told you, whoever is the most disciplined wins.
Oh, first off, this is a side note, bro. All this Quentin Ewers hate is enough, bro. Quentin Ewers is a solid quarterback.
Yeah, he's a solid quarterback.
And when we say solid, like in terms of quarterback this year, Quentin Ewers was a top 5, top 10 quarterback. And if he's top 5, he's 5. It's not he's 5.
Disclaimer though.
What?
Or this is a pretty bad quarterback class. Apart from like Shedeur and maybe Cam Ward.
It's not the greatest. It's not the greatest quarterback class, but only time will tell when they get to the league.
Combine, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel like a couple people could have said that like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, like Quentin Ewers is getting a lot of hate. He's getting a lot of hate, and like, bro, this dude who went to the SEC, right? They end up going to the conference finals. They lose, and they didn't lose. They didn't get blown out, but it was a pretty good game. I mean, ultimately mistakes were made, but
I'll tell you this though, I understand the Quentin Ewers frustration. Everyone knows Quentin Ewers doesn't necessarily suck. Yes, out of frustration or exaggeration, people will say he sucks. He doesn't suck. He's a solid quarterback.
Okay.
I think he can probably go to the league under the right circumstance, right team, right coach, and be successful. But the problem is we've seen this time and time again of Quentin Ewers pissing his pants in big moments.
Okay.
Against Georgia in the SEC Championship, he pissed his pants. Against Georgia in the regular season, he pissed his pants. Against Arizona State, he was pissing his pants until who saved them? What's his name? What's the name of that wide receiver? I can't forget his name.
Isaiah Bond.
No, Isaiah Bond. Not Isaiah Bond. The other guy. It's not Wingo. Jesus Christ. I say his name all the time, too. I'm looking it up. Texas wide receivers.
But either way, still, man, like there's only one. Like people forget there's only one championship every year. Like it's been very little times that we've seen like back to back. It's been very few times where we've seen back to back championships. There's been very few times where we've seen
Matthew Golden. Matthew Golden saved them on fourth and God, please help us. That was literally fourth and God, please help us against Arizona State in overtime, to where Arizona State, that's an incomplete pass or whatever, a sack, interception, game's over. Yeah. Granted, Quentin Ewers did throw a good pass, and Matthew Golden, great catch.
Oh, shout out Scat, bro. Shout out Scat.
Scatterbolt. Shout out that guy's a dog. That guy's a dog. I got to give him his credit. Hey, I got to give Arizona State their credit. I got to give Arizona State. They fought a good game. Like,
a lot of people thought that game was over in the second half.
It was over.
A lot of people thought that game was over.
The game was over.
Bro,
like,
I was falling. That's crazy. I was falling asleep watching that game, and then I literally closed my eyes and heard Scatterbo throws a ball down the field, throws a touchdown. And they're back in the game. I'm like, what?
Scatterbo did everything that he could do to get them there. So, anyways, I think Quentin Ewers, I think it's just because he keeps pissing his pants. And every time Texas loses in big moments, it might not directly be his fault. It always rolls down to be his fault.
Okay.
Against Ohio State, strip fumble.
So why isn't this happening with Dylan Gabriel, Carson Beck?
What did I already tell you? What if I already told you about Dylan Gabriel?
But like, what?
No. What did I tell you about that guy?
You told me. You said. But I'm saying, what? But why aren't they receiving? You know what? You know why they're not receiving?
And also is because of what's his
Arch
Manning.
That's
just a bad. You're in a bad situation.
Okay, so now my thing is now, what happens now if not wishing on his downfall? What happens now if Arch Manning takes the reins and Arch Manning isn't as good as you guys hype him up to be? What do y'all do now?
I think Arch Manning is good, man. I don't know how good he is just yet. I think he's pretty good. I think his potential is high.
Yeah,
we're just gonna see if it lives up to it. But I think Arch Manning is good. From what I saw him, even though they didn't play any like great teams, from what I saw, I think he's confident. One, and when you're already confident because of where you come from, because of your talent, and you have the backing of the world, everybody wants to see him start. That's confidence, but that's also pressure.
Exactly. But it also is the same thing. Like, yes, he's not the direct son of Eli or Peyton Manning, but it's the same exact pressure that you will get if you're LeBron James' son or Michael Jordan's son.
Oh,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Look at your uncles, bro. Your uncles won 2 Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
What are you gonna do?
And yeah, your dad was cold. He just had an illness or a condition that stopped him from playing football. But your dad was cold. Your dad was supposed to be the best playing wide receiver.
Yeah.
So
but it's also we've also seen typically time and time again that the next generation of players don't necessarily pan out to be what their parents or what their uncles.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Jamar Harrison Jr. Even if you don't want to you want to go to basketball, like you look at.
No, I'm saying Marvin Harrison Jr. he panned out well.
He panned out well, but I mean, time will tell.
Rookie season,
yeah.
But in college, he dominated.
Exactly,
so.
But his dad.
But we're also talking about college too. Keep that in mind.
Okay, so if we're already talking about the second generation, if you want to, you could take it to any.
But we're getting off topic though. We need to focus on what we're talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
What we're talking about is the national championship game. Okay. We've talked about Texas downfall. We already know what Georgia needs wide receivers. They got Zachariah Branch, by the way, and Zion Branch, both brothers. But Zion Branch plays defense. He's a safety, so that's different. They got Zachariah Branch. I think that's someone you can use. Carson Beck's gone. I told you I was not gonna get in the draft. Talking about first overall pick. What are we talking about? They made this guy seem like Jesus Christ. Anyways, out the way. Notre Dame, Ohio State. Who are you picking? With your non-hating. Don't hate, bro. He's finna hate. Don't worry about it. Appreciate you for coming up. Y'all remember what he said about LeBron James, though? Anyways, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, don't piss those guys off.
Who you picking?
Notre Dame, Ohio State, man. It's gonna be a close game.
Should be.
But realistically, I think Ohio State wins 30-17.
30-17. That's not as close as it made it sound.
2 scores.
That is fair. Ohio State right now has averaged 38.5 points in the playoffs so far. Shout out Oregon.
31-17, but go ahead.
No, I'm saying they've averaged 38.5 points. They've averaged 475.8 yards per game. On their defensive side, they've averaged 17.3 points per game, and or they've allowed 17.3 points per game, and also allowed 285.4 yards total.
See, ultimately, the only way Notre Dame wins this game is their offense has to play the same intensity of their defense. Their defense, I'm not worried about.
Oh, not at all.
Their defense will do what they do. They'll get a couple of stops. They'll get a couple fourth downs, and make Ohio State punt the ball. But if their offense can't stay on the field against that Ohio State defense, it's going to be a long game.
And here's another thing that you raised a good point. Notre Dame's defense is amazing. They are arguably the reason they're at this point right now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you've watched Notre Dame play, they advance, maybe penalty. They have some penalty issues. And then also, they get in the red zone, but they don't score. Ohio State is the number 1 defense in red zone. Red zone defense. You saw how Texas lost. Like once Texas ran that ball the first time, didn't get in, and then did the toss, it was done. The game was over. We saw them stand still against Penn State in the regular season. Ohio State is actually very scary and intimidating when it comes to holding off. Like, Ohio State will hold you off like this. Like, it's kind of insane. Like, in that red zone, I'm not trying to drag it or whatever, but it will hold you off like this. I mean, we saw Notre Dame hold off Penn State. Ultimately, Penn State didn't advance, But for Notre Dame, if they want to win, if you're going to advance the ball to that red zone, 1, it's either you avoid putting yourself in the red zone and try scoring before getting in that red zone, or you bring out your absolute most explosive plays. Otherwise, you will be held at a standstill. Whether I was a Ohio State fan or not, the thing they do on that defense in the red zone needs to be studied. And I hope that Notre Dame has been studying that. Because you can gain all the yards you want, but when it comes to those last 10 yards, you might be selling for a lot of field goals. Maybe not.
Ohio State will only be as good as y'all's quarterback will take y'all.
And he's been fantastic.
He's been cool in the playoffs. Real cool.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Fantastic.
Jeremiah Smith has been fantastic.
But Jeremiah Smith didn't even play well against Texas. He was shut down. Well, I wouldn't say he didn't play well. He just wasn't given a chance. He was shut down. I don't know if they can do that 2 games in a row though. I know Notre Dame has a great defense. I just don't know if you can do that 2 games in a row. Also, you're gonna take the risk of Texas lived and died by that. They double teamed him, but then you have Emeka Ibuka and you have Cornell Tate, and then you want to throw an Ennis in there. Psst, we in this though. No pun intended. But like we got some talent, and then you have Judkins and Henderson. Jesus Christ! Shout out to those boys, man.
I know.
God.
Notre Dame's gonna be the underdog in this game, and hopefully they give us a good game and not like the last couple of years.
Yeah. I don't want to like that. But I also pick Ohio State. I think my prediction 24-14, 24-21, something around that. I don't think it's going to be a very high scoring game because of Notre Dame's defense. Ohio State standstill red zone defense. But I think at the end of the day, Ohio State there's just too many options in that offense. Too many options.
But speaking of underdogs, don't you have something to?
Do I? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is January 2025, New Year. Same past the rock though, because you are back with Underdog Fantasy. You know how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not have an Underdog Fantasy account, make sure to go ahead and download the app. Make sure to use code PASSTHEROCK, all caps, PASSTHEROCK. I repeat, PASSTHEROCK, or click the links in our bio and sign up that way. You get a chance to win up to $1,000 bonus cash with your first deposit. You go from picking between 2 to 8 players of your favorite players. Hey, Justin Jefferson. Oh, sorry. He's actually not in the playoffs anymore. Hey, Shay, 30-plus points or PRA over. Bam. Hey, LeBron James, assist. Bam. And you can go up from there. You get those 2 rights, you can get up to $1,000 bonus cash.
Well, I'll give you.
Listening is key. Up to. You have something for them?
Yeah, man.
What you got?
I got 2 picks for them right now.
What you got? Come on.
I got a free pick. Let's just get this out the way. Quinshon Judkins getting the end zone.
He's getting the end zone. He's getting the end zone.
So go ahead. Let's take the higher on that.
Higher on that one.
And I'll give you one more. All right. So it says right here that Will Howard will throw 1.5 touchdowns. Go ahead and take the higher on that.
Go ahead and take the higher on that. Hallelujah, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, look, we're giving you free money.
Let me just give them one more. I like the number 3. You like the number 3?
Come on.
I like
give them more options. At least they can pick something. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Let's go with the quarterback. The quarterback, Riley Leonard. He only needs to throw 1 touchdown.
So it's 0.5 right now?
Mm-hmm.
So, come on. He's going to throw 1 touchdown, right?
So we're going all 3 hires.
Higher.
This is free money. I just gave you 3 free picks.
Free money.
You don't got to use all of them, but give me
free money. Go ahead and do it. And so what? If you put in money, you don't win. It's okay. Just keep playing. It's okay.
Yeah, man. It's like the casino.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember you use the code PASSTHEROCK, PASSTHEROCK, or click the link in our bio. Thank y'all for listening. And now, we did say it's a new year. It is 2025. We have a new segment that we're introducing into this podcast, into this show.
And what is that called?
It's called Abe's Top 5.
What is that?
So every episode, what I plan to do is I plan to have a list of 5 items, top 5. It could be my top 5 food, top 5 NFL players of all time, top 5 moments of all time, top 5 dumbasses of all time, whatever I'm feeling.
You'd be on the list, huh?
Whatever I'm feeling. And today, I made something very special for y'all. You know, we are in a new year, first month of the year 2025. So I thought, what are some things, you know, that y'all, or a lot of people have been doing that I feel like, hey, maybe we should slow down on this and just stop doing this in general. Let's just leave this in 2024. It's the new year 2025. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people doing new year, new me. I respect that. Not against that. You ready to hear my list?
Yeah, man. Let's hear it.
Disclaimer.
Start with 5.
Disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
There's no judgments being passed. This is just my opinions. You don't have to follow them. I am not God. I am not making an absolute rule for all humanity. I'm just saying based on my opinion. So don't come at me, because if you come at me, I'm going to say some stuff to you. But anyways, number 1 on the list, what we got? IG notes. The day that Instagram put those notes and status on that page has been the day that Instagram has been dying.
You don't like the notes?
Because, bro, I don't want to hear what you're thinking about 24/7, talking about you just ate ramen. Who cares, bro?
Hey, man,
Go do some stuff with your life. I don't care what. I don't want to see what. Actually, I was blessed without having that update for the first few months until I got the update. That was a curse, actually.
But you know, it helps with like when you're trying to be on game, you know. Be on game, you know. Sometimes
just go slide in the DM, my brothers. There's no need to do that.
But sometimes you just, you know.
Nope. We're moving on to number 2. I don't want to hear it. Moving on to number 2. Announcing social media breaks on social media.
Oh,
that is very, very contradictory.
That's dumb to say.
Hey, social media, I'm about to take a break for blah, blah. Why do you have to announce it? Just take your break. I understand taking social media breaks. We all need one. People need one sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Take a break. That's okay. But you announcing it, it's almost as if you're asking for attention. So just take your break. No need to ask for it. No need to say all that, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, just take your break.
Irish goodbye.
Take your break. That's number 2. Number 3, and I like this one a lot. Please end the Lil Baby versus Gunna arguments about Lil Baby being better than Gunna. He's not better than Gunna. It's been proved. Have you listened to Wham?
I've never.
Y'all listen to Wham? You listen to Wham?
I haven't.
Can you name one song from Wham apart from Dumber and Dumbest? So I don't even know how the song goes. Do you know any? I listened to one take.
I stopped listening to Lil Baby in like 2019.
Look, Lil Baby is a great artist. Very big respect for him. He's done a lot. But in this point in life, Gunna has showed us he is absolutely dominating. Yeah. Lil Baby. So please end that debate. Leave that in 2024. I don't want that. I don't want to hear that no more. And if you do, I'm just going to throw Wham in your face. Wham! It sucks. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're at number 4. And this one is very dear to my heart. Jesus Christ. Dallas Cowboys fans. Please. My dear Dallas Cowboys fans, it is not our year every year. Stop saying it's our year. You're making us look bad. It's not our year. We did fire Mike McCarthy, so I'm happy about that.
But we gotta,
hey, you gotta go after Mr. Sanders, prime time. Go after him.
But it is our year every year.
It's not our year every year. Stop saying that. You're making us look bad. Us, the realistic Cowboys fans who actually knows how things go, you're making us look bad. Please stop saying it's our year every year. End it, please. Mm-hmm. And number 5 on the list. Mm-hmm. Please. It's your birthday. We get it. You don't have to post your Cash App tag. You're just begging. You look like you're begging. Why are you begging me to send you Cash App money? No, please stop doing that. It looks bad. It was funny in college. It's over. We're grown people. We're in our careers. Why are we posting our Cash Apps on our birthdays? You're just begging. Please stop doing that. It makes you look bad. If you're my friend and you're doing that, I'm going to tell you look bad. I'm going to keep it a being with you. You're looking bad. Stop posting. You look like you're broke and you look like you're begging. And even if you're broke, hey, man, I actually don't think broke people do that. So just hustle.
I think that has a lot to do with, I feel like nowadays we be doing we be doing a shitty job at doing birthdays for friends nowadays.
We're not justifying that.
We're not justifying that.
No posting of Cash App. Those are my top 5 for the first episode of 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's a disclaimer. You don't have to follow them. You don't have to do them. But please, let's, some of the, at least I think one of them you can take away from this. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And now we resume back to podcast topic. Final topic for this episode. The NFL's hot divisional round. We had a few teams get kicked out. Biggest shocker, of course, was the Vikings.
Steelers, Vikings,
14-3. You got kicked out.
Packers.
Broncos shellacking Packers.
You know what's funny? The Packers, somebody said the Packers statistically should win the Super Bowl. And they literally broke it down to where it made sense. But everybody literally at the end was just like, this makes absolute sense. There's no, like, everything you said is true, but it's not happening.
And they also hurt. They're beat up. Christian Watson is out. Everyone was beat up. Jaden Reed was beat up during that. Everybody's been beat up. Even Jordan Love has been beat up. The team's not healthy. A team that is healthy now though, finally, and which is the reason they knocked out the 14-3 Vikings, the Los Angeles Rams. Are you concerned?
With the Rams?
If you're facing the Rams, are you concerned? If you're the Eagles, are you concerned right now?
Absolutely. The Rams is the scariest team right now in the playoffs. They're the team.
The scariest team in the playoffs.
Yeah. They're the team that doesn't necessarily have anything to lose. I don't think anybody has money to, like, and I don't think anybody's betting their lives or their money on the Rams winning the Super Bowl. Are you? So they essentially don't have anything to lose. Like, if they lose this on Saturday or Sunday or whatever day they play, nobody's going to say they had a bad season.
Yeah, they almost didn't make the playoffs.
Exactly. So they don't have anything to lose. The Eagles, on the other hand, if the Eagles lose that game, what are you gonna say?
One second. Didn't you say you like the Eagles?
I don't know. I'm a Cowboys fan. Thank you very much. And let's be moving on. Back to what I was saying.
All right.
Back to what I was saying. If the Eagles lose this game, there's a lot of things you're pointing out. We're looking at what's his name, Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Eagles. We're looking at him.
Stefanski. Oh, you're thinking about Texas head coach? No,
I'm talking about whatever is we're gonna look at the head coach of the Eagles and we're gonna look at him and be like, listen. You haven't made it to the
Nick
big.
Nick Sirianni is what you meant
Nick
to say.
Sirianni, yeah, it's the S's.
It's okay, I understand. There's a lot of S's. Steve Spagnuolo, Stefanski. It's a lot.
But they're gonna look at him and be like, you can't win the big games. You've been in this position twice. And you lost both years. Then we're gonna go back to the Super Bowl where you did make it. But you still didn't have enough to get the job done. You have the tools to get it done. You made the big trade to get Saquon. You did the trade for A.J. Brown. Jalen Hurts is playing his best football, you know? Like, there's not an excuse. And then you look at Jalen Hurts and you'd be like, oh, Jalen can't get the job done. Jalen might not be the guy. You start looking at your teams and you realize, like, with contracts coming up, with players' egos rising and all this stuff.
Smith, A.J. Brown.
Like, bro, like, you only have so many times to where you can be this good and actually do something for most teams have 3 to 4 years, unless you're the Chiefs, and you just build everything around Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and everybody takes pay cuts to win the Super Bowl. But that's neither here nor there. If the Eagles have the most to lose if they lose this game. So the pressure is on them than anybody else. And on top of that, I want you to think about this. Those LA fires, those California fires I've been having, it's almost like the way that they played last week is almost like reminded me of the Saints back in 2009.
Oh yeah. The Eagles, the Rams have something to play for right now.
Exactly.
They're putting this in their back. Like, this is not even trying to be like super motivational they like, that LA fire was not no joke. Like, California fires were not no joke. And, like, prayers going for the whole state, the city, everyone affected by it. So that team is not taking that lightly. And athletes don't take things like that lightly. It actually motivates them. I don't know what kind of bag they tap into, but it motivates them. So the Eagles, when they come out to Philly, they better be ready to play their absolute best football. You don't want to give the Rams this little bit of a mistake. You don't want to do that.
Like, I'm funny enough, like, now that everybody was able to see the game last week, now they're talking about, man, if they could beat the Eagles and beat Detroit and probably mess around and go to the Super Bowl. It's not unrealistic at all.
The choice of team to be in the NFC. But saying all that, let's talk about more of our picks from these NFC matchup games. Or we start with AFC for this divisional matchup games. We have a rematch: Houston Texans versus Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, Houston will be traveling to Kansas City to play the Chiefs, who had the bye week last week, number 1 seed in the AFC. There's a rematch from 2019, the year that the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes, at least.
Yeah.
You remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
They were down, what was it, 24-0?
Yeah,
something like that.
Came
back and won. They actually scored 40 points that game. That's actually very disgraceful.
Yeah.
The fact that happened is kind of crazy. Who are you picking? Do you think C.J. Stroud can overcome this sophomore slump that's been overtaking him all season? And Houston's defense showed us that they're awake. They're very awake. Derek Stingley's insane. Will Anderson's crazy. All these people are good on this defense. Are you worried? Are you worried? Do you think, as a Chiefs coming off a bye week, are you worried about the Houston Texans right now?
What's the last name of the quarterback for the Texans?
Stroud.
What's the last name of the quarterback for the Chiefs?
Mahomes.
I'm taking the guy named Mahomes.
Taking Mahomes
every time.
Three-peat. First three-peat in history. Michael Jordan. Okay, so we're going Mahomes. All right, bet. All right, but the Ravens versus the Bills. Where are we going? Keep in mind, though, oh, man, the Chiefs are heating up. They've been averaging 30 points on offense, and they've been only letting 19 points on defense, and Texans defense has allowed 21.7 points.
We don't talk about enough how their game just elevates when they get in the playoffs. We don't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody talks about how when the Chiefs get in the playoffs, they're consistent. Even the year that they lost to Joe Burrow and them, and Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl.
It wasn't no cakewalk.
Dude,
Joe Burrow had to earn that.
Not even that, bro. Okay, let's not even do that. Let's Patrick Mahomes' first year. It took Tom Brady. It took everything in Tom Brady and that Patriots to beat that team. And if the rules were different then, because the Patriots won in overtime, if the rules were different then, we'd be talking about a whole different
This
scenario.
is just something that just shows you that Patrick Mahomes is just him. It's like the Tom Brady thing. It's just like Patrick Mahomes was not in a winning college football program, Texas Tech. Like he didn't. I'm not trying to like take anything from anybody, but it wasn't the Texas Tech tradition that taught him this. He's just a dog. He just has it.
Yeah.
And I'm not betting against him. I'd rather bet against him and lose. I would confidently bet my life savings and lose and be okay with it than betting my life savings against him and lose. Yeah. I would be devastated.
That's fair.
But okay, the Ravens, the Bills. Who we picking? This is actually a tougher choice than we think it is.
Ravens, Bills. I think this game decides who wins the MVP. It should decide who wins the MVP. I think it should. Me personally, I feel like if Lamar wins this game, this debate of Josh Allen, like the NFL trying to force feed this MVP to Josh Allen, should stop right then and there. Give me Lamar and Derrick Henry to run all over the Bills.
Yeah, I'm picking. I'm on the side of the Ravens as well. I do think the Bills can give us a shocker, but I just haven't seen enough from Josh Allen in the postseason to go past that next level. But also, Lamar also has that struggles. So they both are two quarterbacks who haven't. Lamar has made the AFC Championship. He did last year, so at least he's gone further than Josh Allen. So we'll see if he can tap into that bag. But yeah, I'm going with Lamar. Derrick Henry has been running the ball like he has food in the end zone he needs to go eat. He's been running the ball aggressively, like he's been looking crazy. So I'm not betting against him. I think Josh Allen in himself is really good, and he has enough weapons around. He has weapons around him, but not as much weapons as Lamar has.
They're likely.
Yeah, and I think Lamar is winning the MVP, man. I think Josh Allen came close, but I think Lamar should win that MVP. So yeah, I'm definitely going Ravens. The Ravens also, the defense also allows less than 20 points, even though the Bills' offense scores close to 30 points per game. I don't know.
That 30. I want you to wipe away. That doesn't matter.
Yeah,
when you're playing a run-heavy team like the Ravens, like when you're playing the Ravens, you're playing against the clock. And if Josh Allen needs to be hot as soon as he gets out there, because if Josh Allen has 2 or 3 bad drives to start off the game, my goodness, it's not gonna end pretty. They're not gonna win the game. Like when you're playing run heavy teams, like you have both Lamar and Derrick Henry in the backfield. Your offense needs to click immediately, because do you see how long they hold the ball per game on offense?
Yeah, they're pretty good at that.
So you scoring 30 points, you're not gonna score 30 points against that defense. That's one. 2, they're not even gonna give you the opportunity or the time to do that. So let's. I'm still taking the Ravens, but let's just see.
That's a good game. Actually, that's the game I'm probably the most excited for. That's the most even matchup game. Moving over to the NFC, we have the Rams versus the Eagles. I'm guessing you're going the Rams because nobody wants to see the Eagles move past. I'm not picking. Okay, let me talk from a fair perspective. The Eagles are going to win.
They should win.
They should win. Saquon Barkley is also right next to Derrick Henry when it comes to being hungry. Those guys feel like they've been in a team that hasn't really given them a chance enough to compete in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. They're finally on those teams. They're giving them those chances. They're very, very hungry. They're the 2 top running backs in the league, yard-wise, touchdown-wise, performance-wise, name-wise, everything. You have A.J. Brown. You have Jahan Dotson. You have Devontae Smith. You have that good defense. You have Slay still playing well. You have Cooper Dijon. You have, I forget his name, the other rookie from Toledo who's on there. You have them on there. You have enough around this defense. I think they have everything they need to beat the Rams. All that being said, I will not be shocked at all if the Rams pull that offset. They're a very hungry team, and they're finally healthy. They have Matthew Stafford. They have Karen Williams. They have Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp, both healthy on the same roster. And don't forget Higbee. My boy Higbee. Forget my boy Higbee. Don't forget that boy. He's good. So I think, man, and then on that defense, it's just scrappy. Yes, you don't have Aaron Donald anymore. He lost him to retirement, but that defense is still crappy. It's just scrappy.
McVay, bro.
And you have the young mastermind in Sean McVay. Yeah. So much life in that guy. Watch out, Eagles.
I'm taking the Rams.
Taking the Rams.
With all everything you said with the Eagles, I'm taking the Rams. And it comes down to who's going to take care of the ball. Who do you trust to take care of the ball most, Matthew Stafford or Jalen Hurts?
That's fair. But then the only problem is that tush push is going to save the Eagles too many times.
It can, but now
it just saves them too much. Like, dude, the game against the Green Bay, they went on 3rd and 1, went fake tush push. They didn't get it. Then they went tush push on 4th down and got it. That's annoying. I would be so mad because why do you get to do that?
Okay, but it's also that. But I think the tush push will only take you so far, man. Like it really
It can win you a Super Bowl, though.
No, I mean, it should have won them the Super Bowl.
Should have won them the Super Bowl.
But
they didn't have it then.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think they have it now. So, so
I hate the Eagles, by the way. I hate the Eagles. I hate them. Hate the Eagles.
They're a good team, but I'm taking the Rams to beat them.
Final game. And this is actually a closer game than we might think. You have a hungry rookie, Jaden Daniels, actually, my vote for Offensive Rookie of the Year, who just beat an experienced Buccaneers to advance. That score, by the way, against a well-rested and very well-talented Detroit Lions, who are talented in every phase of the game. Coaching-wise, both head coach, offensive coordinator, defense coordinator, both offensive defense coordinators are not going to be on the Lions come next season because they're both going to get head coaching jobs. You have a very talented quarterback in Jared Goff. You have Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm not sure if Knuckles is going to be back. Dave Montgomery, I'm not sure if he's going to be back yet. I think he'll be able to come back if they make the NFC Championship. But you still have Jahmyr Gibbs, who's crazy. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Laporta. This goes on. Do you think the Commanders can go to Detroit and shock the world with a rookie quarterback after winning their first playoff game in 18 years or so. Do you think they can do that?
All right, first off, Commanders. Great game against Bucks. But this is where the line ends. This is where your bus stops. Bro, 38-0, give me Detroit.
Oh my God.
And like, bro, don't be surprised when Detroit beats the brakes off of them. Don't be surprised when Detroit beats the brakes off of them.
That's what's most likely going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, look at me in this face right now.
Okay.
I'm an NFC East guy. I don't care for the Commanders. I don't hate them. I don't care for them because they're never really worried about them apart from this year. We're never worried about them. The Commanders are going to win this game. It's going to be very shocking to the world how the Commanders win this game.
What are you saying?
The Commanders are going to win this game.
What are you saying?
This is the wildest take I've ever made, and I'll die on this hill.
Hey.
I think the Detroit Lions are the team to beat in the NFC. I think they're the most talented team in the NFL. I think they're more talented than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Their linemen are scoring touchdowns.
I understand. They're more talented than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Their linemen are
But let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
This is blasphemy. I hope you know this.
It is blasphemy. I know. What I'm saying is stupid. I know. I would call myself stupid for this take. But I'm going to take this take. I'm going to play devil's advocate here and say the Commanders are going to figure out a way to beat them. It's not going to be a blowout. It's going to be very close. It's going to be in very interesting fashion. I've grown to realize that Jaden Daniels has an active God on his side. And did you see how they closed out the season? They won their last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, man. I know you already.
They won a game, granted it was against the Chicago Bears, but against a very wild Hail Mary. I don't know if it's his grandma, his mom, his dad, his girlfriend. Somebody is praying for Jaden Daniels. And he's about to shock the world come this weekend.
Am I hearing a bet here?
No, I'm not making a bet, though. I'm not that crazy.
You already owe me.
I'm not that crazy. I'm not that crazy. But Commanders, I'm picking the Commanders. We can't all pick the favorites. You know I'm one to pick the underdog. Commanders, they're not that bad of an underdog. They're 12-5. They're 12-5 for Christ's sake. They can stand their own, buddy.
Work, bro.
12-5, 15-2. They can stand their own.
Mark my words. 38-0. 38-0. Let me be generous. 38-3.
2017 Commanders.
20-17 Commanders.
Commanders figure it out.
They won't even put up a touchdown.
All right.
I think the Detroit is so much better than them that it's so much better than a lot of teams that it doesn't even make sense. Granted, my best friend is a Detroit Lions fan, so I hate the fact that I'm saying this.
Yo, Quinn Charles.
Yo, Quinn. But so I hate the fact that I'm saying this. But Detroit is so much better positionally than every other team right now that's still in the playoffs that it's scary. You look at Laporta is one of the best tight ends in the league. You look at you look at Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the best running backs in the league. The quarterback he's playing lights out. Like, he might not be a top 5 quarterback, but man,
he might be a top 5 quarterback actually.
Jared Goff's ceiling, bro.
Jared Goff might be a top. So here's my thing. Here's two reasons, right? As an underdog, all you have to do is catch a team on a bad day. You have to catch them on their worst day. Detroit Lions have barely made the playoffs in the past 2 decades. They don't have enough. They don't have too many playoff experience. But on the other hand, the Commanders have also not really made the playoffs in the past 2 decades. They've made the playoffs more than the Lions, but they haven't won playoff games the past 2 decades. Detroit Lions coming off a season in which they lost in disappointing fashion to a good 49ers team at the time. I think the Detroit Lions have, I don't know if they've ever had a bye in the playoffs. They're getting a bye. They've been rested. They don't know how to handle that coming off a bye in the playoffs. The Chiefs know how to handle that because they've had it before. I'm not saying the Lions can't handle that, and I want them to prove me wrong. I'm praying they prove me wrong. I want come Sunday or whenever they play, I want to say, okay, I'm glad they proved me wrong because I get to see the Lions advance because I want to see the Lions versus Chiefs Super Bowl.
Dude.
But One, they have never had that kind of rest in the playoffs. Last year, they didn't have it. Two, the Lions live and die by taking risks.
Dude,
They put their foot in their own mouth last year. Who's to say they're not going to do it again?
Dan Campbell is simply a guy that just doesn't give a damn. Bro, Dan Campbell plays like people who are playing Madden or playing NCAA.
And what happens sometimes to those people?
They lose, but when you go for 4th and 2,
all you need is to catch them in that one game that they lose. One. And that one game could be the Commanders.
Okay.
I'm going Commanders.
All right, man. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, we've come to a close, and we've closed this in crazy fashion. Watt Take. Y'all know the deal. Thank y'all so much for all the love. I'm seeing a lot more engagement. Really appreciate it. Keep it coming. Keep the comments going. Argue. You can call him a dumbass. You can call me a dumbass. Call anybody a dumbass. As long as you're keeping the engagement going. Be respectful in the comments, though. But y'all make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow our pages on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on TikTok, even though TikTok is about to get banned, unfortunately. Hopefully we find a replacement for that. But follow us anyways. You can look at our old videos.
They're talking about Red Room and stuff. I don't really know about
we
that.
We can figure it out in the Red Room.
Yeah. Hopefully,
look out for the Red Room. Oh, look out for a Red Room account.
Is it? I don't some red. I don't know, bro. Whatever.
It's not Red Room. It's Red something. I don't know. Red something. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, happy 2025. Hopefully everyone's staying warm, having a good year so far. Y'all stay committed to your goals, and wish y'all the best. With that being said, peace out.